morning. Hi, Susanna. How's it going? Good morning, Sharon. Let's see, can you all
Good
hear
morning,
me?
Megan.
Good morning. Thanks for being here this morning. I appreciate it. Woke up and it got real cold overnight. It was like freezing in our house. My question of the day, first of all, if you could just check in and let me know how you're feeling in your body this morning. That way I can tailor our practice a little bit for you. And then is there anything in your life right now that's just feeling like extra challenging or extra hard? So I can go first with that because I know sometimes I ask these very wonky questions. So for me, I think just trying to educate my children, like trying to, it feels like there's this constant push and pull of wanting to not push too hard, but at the same time feeling like they might be really falling behind right now. So I think that's an area that is just a little bit of a challenge that we're trying hard with. So good morning, Sandy. Let's see. Sharon, do you want to go next?
Sure. Hi, good morning. My name is Sharon, and I was thinking about this yesterday about families that have children at home, and I just couldn't imagine if I had my three home right now, I would be going crazy. Just to try to keep them entertained, educated, and just that even however large your house is, it becomes very small when you can't leave. But so I empathize with you all that have that going on in your life, and me, it's just nothing too much. Just the need to feel like I'm back to normal a little bit, that I can go out when I want to, and go shopping. I miss shopping. So, but that's about it. And I feel pretty good this morning as far as body parts. So I'm ready to practice.
Good. Great. Well, thanks for being here, Sharon. I appreciate it. It's good to see you. Susanna, would you like to go next? Oh, I think you might. Oh, I unmuted you. Yep, that worked.
Hi. So body parts, my shoulders and my upper back are like dying from all the baby carrying and nursing. It's oh my god, it hurts.
Yeah.
But as far as something like challenging right now, it might be just like when my husband offers to let me go do something on my own, I should really just go do it.
Yeah.
And just like walk away.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good to see you. Yeah, I feel you with the upper back stuff, and I'm not nursing a baby, so.
Oh my god, yeah. I think it's also just sitting around all the time.
Yeah.
Like, even when I'm not holding her, I'm probably like.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here. Hopefully, we can give you a little bit of ease through that upper back and shoulders. All right, Sandy. Let's see. Okay, you're unmuted.
Can you tell me what the questions were? Sorry, I was changing it over.
Yeah, so question is just to check in with your body, how you're feeling physically, and then also what's something you're feeling like is just feeling hard right now. So something that's feeling extra challenging, which you probably have a lot with. You got your plate full.
Do you guys have an hour to chat?
Right.
Body-wise, I think maybe like my lower back, I've just been having some issues with lately. I'm sure it has to do with carrying one or more babies around. I also am trying to wear them on a carrier here and there, but when I do that, they're getting pretty heavy, and it's already starting to like really feel it in my lower back.
Yeah.
And then challenging, I'll just pick one thing. I think for me, it's the fact that like with this pregnancy, and especially when we found out it was twins, everybody was like, take every single person's help that will give it to you. So like that was I was totally good with that with this pregnancy, and I started it with like anytime people were offering meals after they were born, I did that. And then it was supposed to be like my sisters were coming like once a week to help, and then like my mom was gonna fly home for a week to help us, and all of that went away because of this COVID thing. So like,
Yeah.
it's just so frustrating to me that I was so ready to accept all the help, and now everyone that wants to help can't because we all have to stay in our houses. And I will say that, Sharon, I appreciate you saying that about little kids because it is really hard being home with the kids all day long. I would have been home with two of them, the twins, for maternity leave, but not a 2.5-year-old as well, and it's just really hard.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. 2.5-year-olds are little bundles of energy. It's like bundles of energy that
Such a nice word to use.
that kind of want to kill themselves. You're like, how do I keep you alive?
Yeah.
Yeah. It always boggled my mind, like human evolution. I'm like, how is it that like toddlers are so intent on like injuring themselves? Like, how do I just keep you alive until you're 4?
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you all carved out some time for yourselves this morning. Let's do some.
And Megan, if I leave and come back or turn off
Yep.
the video, don't worry about me. Just keep going.
Yep, I'll just keep going. Cool. Let's see. I'm gonna try to make my video big here. Video settings. All right, that might not be doable. I know there's a way to pin my video. Playing around with different modalities here. If this doesn't work, we will just go ahead. Oh, I'm in speaker view. Is my screen big for you guys? Yes? Okay. I never know how it's actually appearing on your end. Okay, perfect. We are good to go then. Let's start out with child's pose. So just bringing the knees wide, toes touch, forehead down to the mat. And then if I think everyone here is far enough along postpartum, that probably feels okay. When you're newly postpartum, child's pose might not feel great having your legs wide like that. So instead, you might just bring your knees closer together for more of an embryo shape. So that's always an option. Even sometimes in the morning, it just doesn't feel great on my hips to have my knees super wide. So I just bring them closer together and bringing that forehead on down to the mat. For my flow classes, I've been working my way through Baron Baptiste's book, Journey into Power. And the principle today that we will be focusing on is don't try hard, try easy. So he says, trying hard invites strain and struggle. Trying easy gives you the levity and freedom to fly. When you try hard, you are using willpower. But willpower never works and will always fail you. That's because willpower is based on brute force, as opposed to soul force. Brute force is like trying to lift a Chevy truck with your bare hands. Soul force is having a pulley to raise it right up. What does it mean to try easy in yoga? It means that you go from seeking a better pose to just being in it. It's a deep sense of letting go, not of the effort, but of the struggle. Postures can be achieved through struggle, but the struggle itself limits both your opening and how far you'll ultimately grow in yoga. Struggle creates tension, which constricts you. If you relax, stop resisting and reacting, you'll know just what you need to do in a pose. So Let's take just a few more breaths here in our child's pose. Maybe a gentle rock of your head from side to side. And for just this next 50 or so minutes of our practice, letting go of struggle and inviting a little bit of ease. Let's come up to all fours, tabletop position, and maybe you close your eyes here as you start to take some cats and cows. And letting these shapes flow easily from one shape into the next. Noticing where your body is at today. Maybe taking a wag of the tail or some barrel rolls of the hips. Let's return to a neutral spine. Take a big exhale, drawing your belly up and in. We'll take our hands just a little bit wider than our shoulders. Angle those fingertips in. We're going to go all the way down, nose down to that mat, and all the way up. So Sandy and Susanna, both of you came to prenatal yoga classes with me. But this nice full range of motion push-up can be really helpful for letting tension come out of your upper back and just getting some mobility there. One more. Neutral tabletop. Walk your hands out. Bring your forehead down to the mat for puppy dog pose. Draw your belly back in. Bring your hands under your shoulders, pressing back up to tabletop. And just take a couple more breaths of cats, cows, or whatever your body is calling for right now. Let's anchor down into the left hand with our right arm. Make nice, big swimming strokes. Maybe some groans. Oh man. So I usually feel some snaps, crackles, and pops releasing. And if at any point you're feeling a really nice stretch where your body needs attention, by all means, stay there for a couple breaths. Reach the right hand all the way up to the sky. Push down into the left hand. And then with an exhale, scoop the right hand all the way through, temple down to the mat. So you're getting nice and anchored here. Option to extend your left leg long. Check in with your breath. With that left leg extended long, lift your left toes off the ground. And just start to notice when or if, as we move through different shapes, it starts to feel like a struggle, and seeing if you can invite ease even as things become unsteady. Bring that left knee down to the mat, push down into your left hand, right arm all the way up to the sky. And then bring your hand back down. Checking in with some cats and cows. And then we'll do the other side. So other arm, those nice, big swimming strokes. Always interesting to check in with our bodies as we start to move through this practice. Sometimes what we thought we needed at the beginning of practice changes. Push down to the right hand, left arm all the way up to the sky, and then scooping that arm through. Bring your temple down to the mat. Good job. This time, start to bring the weight into your left leg. Extend the right leg long. And then gently lifting the right leg up. And again, for me, I start to grip and try to hold on. So if you're feeling that as well, just coming back to that sense of ease. Guide your right knee back down to your mat. Right hand presses down. Left arm reaches up. Bring that back down to your mat. Let's press on back to a child's pose. Take a breath or so just to check in and notice the difference from when you first rolled out your mat. From here, let's go forward. 2 options. So you might just take a cow, extending the heart forward, shoulder blades together, or you can take this into a hanging cobra. Your choice. And we'll move between those 2 shapes. Child's pose to that cow shape or hanging cobra. Starting to find a bit of dynamic movement with your breath. Good job. Back to tabletop. Unwind with one more cat and cow. And as you're ready, downward facing dog. Fingers spreading wide, tailbone up, maybe pedaling out the feet. And taking a generous bend in the knees, spread your fingers wide, press your belly back to your legs. Rock your way forward to high plank and then back to down dog. So we'll just move between our plank and our dog for a couple more rounds. Landing in downward facing dog, walk your hands up to meet your feet. Take a forward fold there. So just dropping your head, bending through the knees so that your torso is supported by your legs. Hands to legs, halfway lift, long flat back. So let's really broaden through collarbones. Feel the shoulder blades anchor on down to your back. Slide your hands up to your hip creases And then draw your elbows up to the sky. Stay here for a few rounds of breath. Each exhale, your belly is drawing up to support the spine. Stand up nice and tall, Tadasana. Hands down, collarbones really broad. Crown of your head reaches up to the sky. Full breath in, taking your hands overhead. Exhale, down to heart. Let's do that one more time. Full breath in, reaching up. And forward fold, hinging through the hips. Halfway lift. Back to our plank. So some options for plank. If plank doesn't work for you, you can always take knees. You can always take tabletop. Just honoring your body, that place where you aren't struggling, the place where you can try easy. Doesn't mean that it's easy. It just means that we're not fighting, we're not struggling. Slowly down to belly. I'm taking my knees down first. You could, you don't have to. Baby cobra. So let's anchor our toenails down into that mat. Hands pressing down, traction your spine forward. Fire up your back body. Keep your neck neutral. Lower down, tuck your toes, press back up, and then downward facing dog. All right, we will warm up with some sun salutations. If a traditional sun salutation doesn't work for you, you can always take push-ups instead of up dog, right? Make this sun salutation honor your body. Lift your heels, look forward, bring your feet up to meet your hands. Halfway lift, forward fold. Rise up, hands down to heart. Sweep your arms up, forward fold. Halfway lift. Hands plant back to plank. Option for chaturanga or for your belly. Up dog or a baby cobra. All the way back, downward facing dog. So I'll count us through a few rounds. If your pace is different, just tune into your own body at the pace it wants to go. Heels lift, look forward, go to the top, halfway lift, forward fold. Reach and rise, hands to heart. Reach and rise, forward fold. Halfway lift, moving back, high to low, up dog or cobra, meeting and downward facing. Lifting heels, look forward, go to the top, halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale, rise, exhale, heart, sweep and rise, forward fold. Halfway lift, all the way back, high to low, up dog or cobra, meeting and down dog. One more time through there, heels lift, look forward, go to the top, halfway lift, forward fold. Press down to reach up, hands to heart. Take 2 big breaths here. Full breath in, full breath out. Full breath in, big breath out. Really good. Let's bring those arms all the way back up again. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Take your flow. So we're moving through high to low, up dog or cobra, and back to down dog. Now in this down dog, really bend the knees, draw the belly back towards the thighs. My body is warmed up enough to ditch the sweatshirt. And coming back to that sense of trying easy. Let's bring the right foot up to the top of the mat, spin the back heel down, warrior one. Right, take a few breaths, just settle into your shape. Let the struggle go. And as that struggle dissipates, start to fire up the muscles. So scissor the legs together. Soften the shoulder blades down. Engage through the core. Really nice. Frame right foot. Finding our way through our flows. Left foot comes up to the top of the mat, warrior one. Each exhale, invite that ease into your body. Hands down to the mat, high to low. Opening up through the chest, downward facing dog. Let's take 2 to 3 big breaths here. And then bring right leg up to the top edge of that mat. Let's bring our left knee down and just let the hips go forward for a few breaths. Option to stay here. Option to bring your hands up to your knee. Option to bring arms overhead. As we bring arms overhead, goalpost to the elbows. So feel the shoulder blades move down your back. Belly comes back as the heart lifts. So breathing a lot of space between collarbones. Come all the way back to neutral, reach forward. Now bring your right hand back, keep reaching forward, and then maybe left elbow to your right knee. Maybe this becomes an easy prayer twist with the knee down. Yeah, you got it. From here, we'll tuck the back toes under. So left toes tuck under, and then lift the left knee off of that mat. Yes. Now your body might give you a little bit more twist if you find some ease. Good job. Unwind. We're going to keep pitched forward, forward, forward. Let go of that struggle. I can feel it bubbling into my body. So take a big exhale just to land, just to find that breath. Start leaning. We're going to find warrior three. And then needle pose, hands to the back of the leg, some blocks, water bottle, right? That place where you can try easy. Bring your left foot up to meet your right. Halfway lift. Back to our forward fold. Sweeping arms all the way up. Reach up and rise. Goalpost the elbows, sternum bone to the sky. Breathing in underneath the collarbones. Neutral spine, belly back, Utkatasana. Hands to heart center. Let's sit down low, low, low. We're finding a twist again. So we're twisting to the right. Option for left elbow to right knee, or you can take straight arms or an open arm twist. Beautiful, good job. Unwind, reaching up. Goalpost elbows, shining our hearts up to the sky. Back to neutral, bending through the knees as you forward fold. 2 big breaths just to unwind your spine. Halfway lift. Hands plant, moving through your flow, and just remembering this is the opportunity to take what you need. So if you need water, if you need a child's pose, right? You don't need permission from anybody to take what you need, especially here in yoga practice. So good. Right, left leg forward. This time our right knee comes down. I usually use a blanket here for my right knee. And then sinking in for a few breaths. Maybe that's where you stay. Maybe your hands come up to your knee. Maybe arms come overhead. Optional to goalpost, sliding shoulder blades together. Sternum bone lifting up. All the way back to neutral, hinging forward, hands to heart, twisting to the left this time. Right toes will tuck under, lift the right thigh up off the mat. Unwinding, high lunge. Ooh, right, notice if the struggle. So sometimes I get really wobbly with that transition, and that's where I start to feel struggly. Let it go. Find your ease. Maybe those goalpost arms come up once more, and maybe you're starting to feel a little bit more mobility as your chest gets broader. Back to neutral. Reach, reach, reach. Warrior 3. Needle. Right foot up to meet your left. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Reach and rise. One more time here. Goalposting elbows. Shining your heart up, getting really broad across collarbones. Finding ease even here. Awesome, neutral spine. Big bend through the knees, draping your back down. Halfway lift, and we'll take our flow. always so interesting for me to find a yoga practice at the beginning of the day versus the end of the day. Let's go one more full breath. And let that go. Really good. Bring your right foot up to the top edge of your mat. Slide left foot down, warrior two. And we'll take our back hand up to meet the front arm. And then like you're drawing an arrow back, and then extend that back arm behind you. So just finding that movement, back arm to front arm, draw it back like you're pulling back a bow and arrow, extend the arm behind, all the way forward. So move with your breath here. Take one more. Warrior two, reverse. Back to our warrior two, side angle, right? Taking the version of side angle that works. You can use the forearm for a bit of support. You might have the arm extended for a bit more opening. Just that place where you can try easy. Warrior two. We're going to half moon. And this is a pose that for me, it takes a lot of work to let go of the struggle. So I like to use a yoga block. You can, you don't have to, or a water bottle, some type of support. I'll bring that down under my shoulder, and then finding that bit of resistance so that our chests open up to the sky. And then finding that place where you can let go of the struggle. And if you can't find it here, give yourself some more support. Take a bend through the standing knee all the way back, warrior two. Yeah. Really widen out our stance here. So we're going to take a nice big warrior two, taking up space. As you breathe in, straighten the front leg, reach all the way up to the sky, and then exhale back down to your warrior two. Move with your breath between those two shapes, seeing if just maybe as you move, your body starts to give you a little bit more room. We'll land in warrior two. Take a big reach forward, a bit of an awkward transition, so don't let it be a struggle. Right hand down to the mat, and we're going to step back to a side plank, or wobble back to a side plank, wiggle back to a side plank, whatever that might look like for you. Right, sometimes things get really awkward. How can we find ease when things are awkward? Good job. Oh, you all look like you could hang out in this side plank all day. Let's bring the top arm down. Find your way through your flow. All the way back to our down dog. Before we hit side two, let's come back forward to our plank, maybe plank on knees. We're going to take another round of our push-ups. So adjusting your hands, going all the way down and all the way up. We'll just do 5. Use that exhale to come up. Awesome, good job. Downward facing dog. Taking 2 to 3 big breaths in your down dog. All right, left foot up to the top of the mat, right heel down, warrior 2. And just taking those breaths, allowing yourself to land. Right arm back to meet your left, pulling back that bow and arrow, and then reaching behind. So hands come together, pull back, and reach. That's it. Moving with your breath here. Whatever breath cadence feels best for you, if you can stay present. Good job, warrior 2. Reverse this warrior. Back to warrior 2. Half moon. Again, maybe use that prop. That's certainly where I'm at today. And our practice will be different from day to day, which is where a regular yoga practice can be such a good learning opportunity for learning about ourselves, our bodies, where we're at. Are you struggling here? Can you find some tools, some support that will help to ease that struggle? And some days that can be so hard, right? Like Sandy was sharing, she had planned out all of this help for her family when her twins came. And sometimes that might not be available. So maybe some days you don't have a yoga block. You don't have a strap. How can you modify and adapt to give yourself as much support as you can in that moment? Back to warrior 2. Good job. I always land a little bit narrow, so I'm adjusting my stance to try to take it a bit wider. And just straightening our left leg, reaching up for the sky, back down to warrior 2. Right, letting the hips find ease. Land in warrior 2. Take a big reach forward, right? Left hand down, wiggling our way. Maybe it's super easy for you. Maybe it feels really awkward. But finding your way back to that side angle shape. Not side angle, side plank. That's the word I'm looking for. Side plank. Good job. Bring your hand down. Check in with what you need here as we find our way through. And let's press back just to that child's pose once more. Really elongating your spine, checking in, noticing if things are feeling any different from the beginning of our practice to now. Come back on up to tabletop. Option to come to your downward facing dog. We are taking a lizard shape this morning. I'm going to use a little bit of support for my knees with a blanket. We'll bring the right foot to the outside of the right hand and then hips going forward. Now my tendency here is to really round through my upper back. If I bring a block or just something to get my hands up higher, then I can find this little opening through my chest as well. So finding that space where you're not collapsing forward and rounding. Take a few deep breaths. Notice where your body's holding on to tension. See if you can invite ease there. Let's heel toe the right foot out towards the outside edge of your mat, so heel toeing away from you. Keep the left hand down on the mat or support if you're using it. And then hand to the right knee as you just open up the inside of that leg. We'll push down into the left hand and spiral right shoulder up to the sky. Option here to bend your back leg and then, oh, I didn't think my body would be there this morning. I guess it is. Grabbing the foot, maybe. And that's going to give you this really nice opening across the chest. So feel the right, yeah, good adjustment, Susanna. Beautiful, really nice. Gently unwinding there. Let's straighten the right leg, send the hips back, just breathing into the hamstring, and my hamstrings are very tight, so I'm using my block here to keep my chest open, avoiding that collapsing forward. Nice, bring the leg around, take some movement, so maybe some cats, cows, maybe circling the left hip feels good, just noticing how that felt within your body. As you're ready, we're going to move to side two, so this time left foot up to the top edge of that mat. Again, using those tools of support if they help you. My hips tend to be pretty tightly wound, so I usually need a lot of support. If you can come down to forearms and that feels good in your body, by all means, go there. I need to get to one of Sharon's yin classes to get my body back to that spot. It's such an opportunity here to find ease with each breath out. Really nice. We're going to keep the right hand down, or right elbow if that's where you are. Heel toe the left foot out, and we're just opening up that left knee, spiraling our heart up to the sky. And then maybe bending the back leg. Maybe the foot's there. And then we get this really nice opening across our chest. Gently unwinding, gently releasing, and sliding the hips back. Ooh, my left hamstring is tight this morning. So again, I'm coming way up here because, wow, we did hamstrings yesterday in strong class and my body has reacted from that. job. Hands will come down. Bring the left leg all the way back around to tabletop and just checking in with some cats and cows. We'll stay on our knees, come all the way up, so we're just sitting on the knees. Hands will come back to our imaginary jeans pockets. Elbows coming towards one another. So all that space we just made across our chest into our hip flexors, we're going to use it now. Before we go any further, take a big exhale, draw your belly back to your spine. So we're going to keep the core engaged as we find a lift up through the chest. It might not be a big movement, but find that sensation of opening across the chest. If it feels good in your body, you can drop your head. If that does not feel good for your neck, just keep your neck at neutral. Come on back to a neutral spine. Sit the heels all the way back down. Get nice and tall. Take arms overhead and smash your hands together. Take a big exhale. Our challenge here is to lower down, letting our pinky fingers of our hands land on the mat first, while keeping our butt attached to our heels. Mine usually lifts up, so it takes that deep core to fire as we go down nice and slow. Eventually the pinky edge of the hand is on the mat, and then you press that pinky edge of your hand into the mat, sending your tailbone back. We'll come back up the same way we went down, slowly, with control, core engaged. Oh, good job. And just hands coming down to the thighs, palms up or down, whichever feels better for you. Letting that shape sink into your body. Slide those hands down, bring your hips around to the mat. Legs are going to come forward. We'll lower down to our back, and if, again, pretty newly postpartum, the same thing like we do in prenatal, come down sideways. Let's take our arms out to a big capital letter T. So really expanding across our chest, taking up all that room that we've made throughout our practice. And then cross the right leg over the left like you're sitting proper. And we'll drop both knees to the left. Now, if this twist is too much, some days this feels great, some days my body's like, meh, don't like it. Just unwind the twist of the legs. And then here you can keep looking up to the ceiling, or you might look off to the right shoulder. Let's bring knees back up to the ceiling. Unwind the legs. Bring knees up to chest and take just this gentle rock side to side before we go to side two. Massaging the muscles of our back. Bringing feet down to the floor.
Arms wide, that big capital letter T, left leg over right, and then dropping knees off to the right. Gaze might come over your left hand, or if it feels better in your neck, keeping your eyes looking straight up to the sky. Knees back to the ceiling, unwinding those legs. One more time, knees to chest, little rock side to side here. And then maybe drawing circles on the ceiling with your knees. And taking our circles the opposite way as well. Just checking in, noticing if your body is asking for any more movement. And if it is, by all means, honor that. Give your body what it needs. If you're ready for Savasana, extend your legs long and just wiggle the tailbone down, away. Palms face up, shoulder blades slide underneath you. Really letting the heads of the shoulders drop down. Feeling all this space you made in your body this morning. Taking one big breath in. And as you exhale, sighing out any remaining tension as you let your body become heavy on your mat. Trying hard invites strain and struggle. Trying easy gives you the levity and freedom to fly. When you find that you are straining, whether in a yoga pose or in life, you're probably trying too hard. Your ego is in it, and you are driven by an ambition that ultimately creates imbalance and suffering. That is the point when you should ask yourself, where am I holding on? Am I holding on to tension or to my ideal of what I am supposed to be doing? Where can I let go more? Where can I struggle less? Where can I just surrender? take these moments to simply surrender to your mat. And giving yourself thanks for practicing that. For me, it is so challenging. If you have time and would like to stay in Savasana for a bit longer, please do. If you're ready or would like to end your practice seated, begin to make your way there. Option to bring your hands to your heart as you find gratitude for yourself, gratitude for your practice. And Susanna, I'm thinking of you and your ability to let go, let your husband help you for this hour so that you can take time for you. So important. We'll take 3 breaths together to seal our practice in, taking that nice full breath and release. Taking a breath in and out, in and out. Thank you very, very much for being here. It really means the world to me that you made this time to practice yoga with me. The light and the love in me sees and honors the light and the love within you. Namaste. Thank you all so much. I think it's going to be chillier out today. Let's see if I can unmute everybody just so I can say goodbye. There we go.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Megan.
Sharon. Thanks for being here, Susanna. I appreciate it. Have a good day.
You all have a good day also. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Megan. Bye.
Bye, Sandy.